Okay, so today we're just going to have a quick look at the App Store in general. So I'm doing this on an iPhone, but it's going to be pretty much the same apart from how it looks on an iPad, and it'll look pretty much the same, exactly the same probably, on an iPod Touch. So here you go, when you first load it up, it'll take you to one of these tabs at the bottom. It just so happens that it's taken me to the featured one. Here, this is just all the apps that Apple wants to feature for whatever reason. Here you can see the little tab bar at the top here. We're on the new ones, so these are just apps that have been released recently, and Apple's decided to feature them. On these pages you have little collections of apps. So for example, there's one called App Store Essentials at the moment. They chop and change quite a lot, but there are some that stay here for quite a while. So here are the apps that Apple has featured and considered to be essential apps. So you can see that you can sort by new ones again, or what's hot, that sort of thing. So if we come back here though, again, in general, sort of general featured tabs, you can sort by what's hot, so what's popular basically, rather than going just for new things. If you click on one of these, it's just like looking at an app at any other part of the App Store. You get a little description at the top here, the price in the top right there. You get a maximum of 5 screenshots. This one's only got 4, but that's fine. You get a little bit of app information at the bottom, links to tell a friend or gift it, and then ratings. If you click on this, you can see everyone's ratings. Click to see more, so you can see hundreds for this app. If you come back out of that again, on the far right at the top there's a tab called Genius, and here you have to set it up, I think, or at least turn it on. But basically Apple will recommend apps for you to download that they think you'll like, based on apps that you've bought before, or downloaded for free, either way. Again, same as before, it's just a link to the app like any other place in the App Store, so it'll just show you the app, screenshots, etc. So that's the featured tab. If you go across one to categories, then it's pretty much what it says. You can just view apps by categories. So say you want to get a game, go into games, and then you can either view all games together, and then at the top you can sort by paid, free, or release date, so you get the newest ones first. If you go on, say, free, for example, and scroll down, you're only getting the top 25 to start with, so if you hit 25 more, you have more. If you come back out of that though, you can see here, instead of clicking on all games, we could have chosen puzzle, for example. So you can choose sort of sub-genres of games. It's the same with all sorts of apps, it's not just games. There's everything here in the categories. Next one along, top 25. Again, pretty much says what the little tab describes. It's the top 25 apps in the paid and free categories. Also top grossing, so it's just apps that are making a lot of money, basically. A slightly strange little tab to have up there, but nonetheless it's there. So say you go on paid, you get the top 25 here ranked in order of popularity. If you come down to the bottom, you get the option to see 25 more again, and you can keep doing this pretty much indefinitely. I think I've not pushed it right to the end, if there is an end. So yeah, that's pretty much everything in the top 25 tab. If you go on search, again, pretty much as you'd expect, you can search for individual apps, and if you just type it in, you get sort of live results coming up. So you can see all sorts of things here. Otherwise, if you just hit search, it'll show you little images of the apps as well. Again, at the bottom you can choose to show 25 more, so if you just click on one, for example, just again, standard sort of description of an app, screenshots, etc. Then on the far right there's updates here. Here you just have all the updates for apps that you've got installed. If you want to update one individually, you just click update there. I'm not going to do that now, nor can I anyway, because I need to update my software. Otherwise, if you want to update them all, you just click update all up there. But again, I can't do that. you click on purchased, you get a little shortcut to seeing all the apps that you've bought or downloaded for free on any of your devices, and then you can download them from the cloud, as it were, onto your device. There you go. So now it's showing me that I haven't actually installed these ones, and where there's a cloud, then you can download that one. Then you can also click on this little tab to just show the ones that aren't on the phone. So if you've got one that you've downloaded on a computer or on an iPad or something, and you're on an iPhone, then you can just click not on this phone and then download the app. Coming back over to featured, this is also where you've got a couple of other useful things you can do. If you ever get given an iTunes or an Apple gift card, instead of having to put in the code on a computer, you can in fact do it on your phone, iPad, etc. You just come down to that far left bit on featured. I think you have to be on new, maybe. You might be able to do it in what's hot. Yeah, you can. So yeah, you just come down to the bottom of one of those two, click redeem, and then type in your code as you would anywhere else. Also at the bottom of these tabs you get the little Apple ID thing. So here you can view your Apple ID, you can sign out, or click I forgot if you've forgotten your password, I think. So yeah, there's a few little things you can do there. In terms of actually installing an app, I haven't shown that yet, so I'll quickly say I want to install Monopoly Hotels, for example. If you just click free, this is where you'll install it. So you just click install app. It'll come up and ask my password because I haven't put it in for a while. So I'll hit OK. It'll take me over to this page. It'll say waiting, then loading while it downloads the data. And then when it's downloaded all of the data, it will say installing, and that's when it's just installing the app. It's not actually using data anymore to download it, just installing it. Then when it's installed, it'll sort of turn more colourful, like the greyed out effect will go. The little loading thing will disappear as well installing underneath, and it'll just say the name of the app. And then you can just use it straight away. So I think it's finished. Yeah, there you go. Finished loading the data, so it's just going to install it quickly. And soon enough, there you go, it will ungrey out and turn into a normal app icon, which you can click on and load like normal. And you get some little question here if you want it to allow notifications. I'm not going to. But yeah, so there you go. That's a little description of what's going on with the App Store on an iOS device.